Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the midweek technical analysis. I'm your main man, Mr. Levels, aka Hop, aka Phipps, aka It's Up There. You know, let's jump into the midweek technical analysis for tonight, guys. So, looking back over Monday night, I told you guys that I was expecting to see the dollar pull back up into Monday's January the 3rd's daily candle premium level, right? Which is these two black lines that you see here. I wanted to see us pull back up into there and show some resistance, right? So between Tuesday and today, we got just that, right? So what I'm monitoring over the rest of Asian markets tonight, going into London markets, to see if we do indeed stay below these premium PDO rate levels. And if we do, right, when we go into London markets, we should see some displacement to the downside, right? And then maybe a swing back up to retest the bottom of this structure, this low here, right? And for a continuation down. So that's what I'm expecting out of the dollar moving forward for the um second half of the week. And so with that being said, let's move on to our currency pair. Now, I also told you guys Monday night that I was looking for Euro USD to pull back down into Monday's discount PDO rates because we understand that Euro USD inversely correlates with the dollar meaning that it moves in the opposite direction. So if I was expecting the dollar to pull up into a premium price level, of course I was expecting Euro to pull down into a discount. So I do want to look for respect, support here at these levels for a continuation to the upside to run this swing high and possibly these weekly PDL rate levels that we see up here to the upside. Cool beans? Cool beans. Easy peasy. And of course, if we break below these levels, then we're going to look for price to come back down at least to this consequent encroachment or down to the lower end of this fair value gap. And a third target would be this monthly sell side liquidity here, this swing low, right? That's if we break below this discount PDO rate level here. Cool beans, cool beans. And basically the same thing with the pound. I like to see us go ahead and run up. Now tomorrow is Thursday. So we know that Thursdays are typically pullback. So and it's non-form tomorrow. So we do have non-form numbers coming out tomorrow. Um, show you right here, ADP non-form employment change, right? Coming out at 8:15. Then we have final services PMI, right? That's moderate news. So you definitely want to keep your eyes on that. And then at 10 a.m., we have ISM PMI, ISM services PMI coming out. And we also have, that's it, we have the Bank of Canada press conference for any Canadian pairs at 10:30. So what we mainly want to be paying attention to is the 8:15 non-form employment change and the 10 a.m. Um, ISM services PMI. Cool beans. So with that being said, and tomorrow being a pullback day, I could see those high impacting move drivers being the catalyst to push this down into this inverse fair value gap that we created here when we blew back up on this aggressive bullish candle to the upside through that fair value gap and made it into an inverse fair value gap. And I could see us coming back down to fill in that imbalance that we created when we created that inverted fair value gap, right? I could see the high impacting news tomorrow pushing us down into this zone, this fair value gap, and then price snapping back hard off of that, wicking, giving us a big wick in this area, and then closing the week, running the monthly buy side liquidity for the pound, for Euro USD as well. We could come down into this inverted fair value gap all the way down to this swing low, and then close the week running these weekly PD array levels and this swing high to the upside. And basically the same thing for NZD USD. High impacting news tomorrow could push us down into this imbalance, this daily fair value gap, and we could close the week back up through these weekly and monthly PD arrays, running into the imbalance of this January the 2nd daily candle for NZD USD. Who beans? Who beans? And of course, if we break through all of these daily PD arrays for our currency pairs, then we'll be looking for price to target these swing lows and these imbalances that we see in price to the downside. Cool beans? Cool beans. Last but not least, moving on to futures. I told you guys Monday that I wanted to see price respect this down candle for ES. And I told you guys, as long as we respected that candle, I expected us to run the weekly buy side liquidity. So Tuesday, we respected that down candle, closed above these daily PD arrays, and today price was just one direction. That's to the upside to run what I wanted to see it run, the weekly buy side liquidity. Easy peasy, easy peasy. For EQ, I told you guys Monday that I wanted to see price on Tuesday respect this down candle and close above Monday's candle, right? I told you guys that, I expected us to pull back down into a discount level of this candle here, right? Which would have been up in here somewhere, right? But we wicked way down below that, but price still closed above Monday's candle on Tuesday, right? Closed green. So with that closing green, that gave us the confirmation that we needed to be bullish for price to run the weekly buy side liquidity like I wanted to see. And that's what we got today. So with that being said, for futures, I want to see us pull back down into this breaker, right? This is a breaker block right here. We have a high, we have a low, and we have a higher high. So this high is what makes it a breaker. High, low, higher high. This is the breaker. Right? Price comes back down because it's called a breaker because we break this high, right? So it's a breaker block. It's coined by my mentor, Michael Hudson. So I would like to see price pull back down, retest this high, aka breaker block, and continue higher to continue to form new higher highs, new all-time highs, should I say. And the same thing with ES. I want to see us come back down. I think for ES, we're going to come back down to this break, right? It's high, low, higher high. Price should come back down to this high, aka this breaker, and continue higher to make new all-time highs. Cool beans? Cool beans. So with that being said, that will conclude the midweek technical analysis. As always, if these analyses add any value to you guys' life, please feel free to like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps out a lot, guys. If you're interested in joining the private Telegram group, visit precisionpipsllc.com. precisionpipsllc.com and sign up for the silver page. So with that being said, as always, oh yeah, don't forget to get your dog token, your dog coin. Let me show you one more time. One more time for your mind. I've been telling you guys about dog since the first day. Literally since the first day. It was on the blockchain. So we see we opened up here April the 25th, opened up at 001396, right? Look at this number you're opening here, right? We opened up at 0.001396, right? We had a high that day of 0.0057. We had a low that day of 0.00030,478, 0.000478. And we closed that day at 0.00460, right? All the way down here. All right, we opened here, closed here. I don't think we ever see these levels again, y'all. I don't think we ever see these levels here again. Hopefully you bought in here at 0.002, 0.0018, it got down to, right? Because the lowest I see us coming is 0.0046. That's the lowest I see us coming, and I really don't even see us coming that low, right? You see, um I had an alert set right here because I wanted price. Once we made this high on the 30th, I wanted price to come back down and give me an opportunity to buy off of this fair value gap. But as you can see, that didn't even happen. And we've been reaching higher ever since we created this high on the 30th, right? And today is June the 5th. So I definitely think we're about to reach a penny, right? And if you're not buying now, I think you're going to be hard pressed to buy dog under a penny anytime in the near future. So as soon as we get some tier one crypto exchange listings, dog is off like a rocket, guys. So I'm telling you now, this is not financial advice. However, I am invested in dog heavy, and I think everybody should be too. Whatever you can afford to lose, no more than you can afford to lose. The number one rule to investing, always never invest any amount of money that you cannot afford to lose. And if you do and you lose it, you bring that on yourself. Out there, totally on yourself. Cool beans? Cool beans. Because it is always a 100% chance that you can lose any investment that you make, not just in the crypto markets or the forex market, the futures market, real estate, anything. You can 100% stand the chance of losing your money in any investment. So never invest any amount that you cannot afford. Simple as that. So with that being said, I don't think I gave a disclaimer at the beginning, so let me give it here. This was not financial advice in no way, shape, form, or fashion. This was for educational purposes only. These are my opinions and my thoughts and my views on the market and prices. So, with that being said, one more time, this is not financial advice. Everything that I shared during this analysis is for educational purposes only. Blue beans, blue beans. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight, tuning in, getting this knowledge, and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here. Please, as always, it's love. You know